Hi, welcome to this presentation when getting started with the Biomedical Engineering Co-op program. We're going to talk about the next steps and schedule and process in looking for a co-op position to begin in the spring semester. In this video, I'm going to discuss the items on the left side of the agenda: schedule, process, timeline, and resources. In future videos, I'll talk about other opportunities outside of PAL to find co-op positions, looking at international opportunities, and preparing your resume and preparing for interviews. My name is Jill Collett. I am a faculty member in the Division of Professional Practice and Experiential Learning, and I am the point of contact for all students in the Biomedical Engineering Co-op program. The Division of Professional Practice houses more than just the co-op program. We also have a whole platform of experiential learning options for students. Of interest to biomedical engineering students, perhaps, is the pre-health program, which offers classroom-based courses to prepare students for medical school and other health professions. So there is currently a course offered that provides students with experience and helps them secure job shadow experience, which is necessary for a medical school application. There's also coursework and resources to help students in applying to medical school. All of those programs are housed under the same umbrella, and we are in Steger Student Life Center. There's a picture of that on the screen there. We are the building where Starbucks is on one end and Subway is in the middle. And the easiest way to access our offices is actually by going through Swift Hall. And if you exit Swift Hall on the backside on the 7th floor, you'll find a breezeway that leads directly into Steger. Once you enter Steger, on the right-hand side, you'll notice a reception desk that'll be staffed to assist you, and on the left there'll be a kiosk where you can swipe your ID to sign in for an appointment. Once you arrive and you swipe in, or the receptionist notifies me that you've arrived, you'll want to make your way through room 730 up the stairs, and there'll be a waiting area at the top of the stairs. You can have a seat, and I'll be out to greet you shortly after you've arrived. I try to be fairly responsive via email. At the start of each semester, responses are slowed as I experience a high volume of email and spend the majority of my days in meetings with students. However, I do aim to answer emails in the order in which I receive them. If you have an immediate question or haven't received a timely reply, or maybe just have a quick question, you do have my direct line there that rings to my desk, as well as the number for the co-op reception desk. So the receptionist can help schedule appointments. They may also be able to answer questions. If you're not sure when my office hours might be, or you have a question you need a signature, the receptionist might be able to answer those questions for you as well. I do have open office hours during the spring semester fall semester 2016 on Mondays from 3 to 4:30 and Thursdays from 1:30 to 2:30. This is time that's blocked off in my calendar where I do not have appointments. Students are seen on a first-come basis. Swipe in on the 7th floor of Steger, have a seat upstairs on the 8th floor, and I'll come out to get you in the order in which students swipe in. And again, if our receptionist can remind you of those times, certainly write them down now. And if something doesn't fit in your schedule, if office hours don't fit in your schedule, or you have a question, otherwise you can schedule an appointment by calling or stopping by our reception desk and scheduling in person. But appointments are scheduled through reception. My role in the Biomedical Engineering Co-op program is primarily teaching within that program. So I have each semester I have a cohort of students that are on co-op. I have students that are returning from co-op. I have students in the job search, and then I also teach the Intro to Co-op classroom course each semester. I'm a direct point of contact for employers in our program and participate in several events and activities to grow the program, both on campus within Cincinnati and nationally as well. So how I can assist you with the job search: I'll provide resume feedback once you're uploading your resume in PAL. I distribute your resume directly to employer contacts. I will provide opportunities for professional skill development. Some of the videos that will be forthcoming will have additional ideas and ways to enhance your professional skills. I'll present opportunities to you, new co-op opportunities, opportunities with new companies, and can provide ideas and resources to meet personal interests. If a student reviews the job list and doesn't see something that reflects their personal interest, perhaps it would be useful to schedule time or come by during office hours to discuss those interests, and perhaps I can provide some feedback or ideas on where you might be able, how you might be able to meet those interests. And then I can also provide information on it to assist with decision making. If a student has a offer for a co-op position or is deciding between majors or something like that, I can oftentimes provide additional perspective. I can also help students to network with alumni from our program or current students from our program that may have taken similar career paths. So next we move into the mechanics of co-op. When do I co-op? Looking at the graphic on the screen, if you are in biomedical engineering on the left-hand side, across the top, we have each semester. F is fall, S is spring, and U is summer. So if we look, the gray blocks with S's in them indicate school semesters or semesters you're in classes. And the red box indicate, with a C in them, indicate co-op semesters or semesters you're on co-op. So as a BME student, your freshman year, you took S1 and S2, 2 semesters of classes. You had the first summer off, and you came back to classes for the fall semester of your sophomore year, which puts you in the bottom row of the graphic that is on the screen. It means that your first scheduled co-op is to be spring of your sophomore year, and then you'll continue on an alternating basis for co-op semesters 2 and 3. You'll see you return back to school or back to classes in the fall of your junior year, and then we'll go on co-op for semesters 4 and 5 back to back, which would be spring and summer of 2019, as you then, or spring and summer of 2019 from January through August. You'll return to classes in the fall of 2019 and continue in the spring of 2020 when you will graduate. All students that begin co-op in the spring of their sophomore year are scheduled to then have that 8-month block of co-op at the conclusion of their co-op career. Students that begin co-op in the spring of their sophomore year are required to complete 5 semesters of co-op for graduation. I like to address the question first of what if I don't get a job. Oftentimes it's in the back of students' mind, and as I go forward to discuss the process and next steps, I just like to get it off the table and discuss it in advance. So if a student is seeking a spring co-op position and does not accept a position for the spring, most likely they will be in a position to then seek a position for the summer or fall. That does not mean students that do not secure a spring position are not required to take classes in the spring. However, the summer semester is quite competitive, and we often advise students in this position to plan to be in classes during the summer and seek a fall co-op position, as that will keep students on track academically and set them up for the most likelihood for success in finding a co-op position. So if a student doesn't get a job, despite their best efforts, they should plan to be in classes in the summer and seek a fall co-op position. During that spring semester, students might choose to take classes, or they may choose to use that time away from campus to build their skills in other areas. So moving past that, what is the process? What do we need to move forward? We will use a system called PAL throughout your co-op participation. And this system is where you will upload your resume. You will have access to a listing of opportunities. And it's also where employers will log in to view student resumes. So the process to move forward is that you will upload an updated resume to PAL. You will select companies that you would like to receive your resume. I will then log in and post your resume to those employers, and then employers are encouraged to log in, view resumes, and contact students directly for interviews. Throughout the job search and throughout the semester, the Blackboard community titled Getting Started with BME Co-op will remain a resource for you. If you haven't already accessed this community, you likely have. To access this video, you'll click on Community and Getting Started with BME Co-op. In this community is how I will communicate throughout the job search. Communication is posted as announcements in Blackboard that are emailed out. So if you feel like you're not getting emails, or you feel like you saw an email but don't quite remember, can't find it back in your inbox, please log into Blackboard and scroll through the announcements there. It is also a repository of information throughout the job search, which I will highlight further in this video. This is a screenshot of PAL. Like I said, we will be using PAL throughout the job search, and you will be using it while you're on co-op. But just as a reminder as to what the screen should look like when you log in, you should see something like this. In the web, the URL for PAL is uc.edu/PAL. One of your first steps when you log in is going to go to My Documents and upload your resume. I'll show you some tips and tricks on how to do that in a later video. You'll then be using the features under My Position Search throughout the co-op semester. If you have questions about how to use PAL, or you're not certain that you're doing something correctly, you can visit the Blackboard community. On the left nav, or in the left menu, you should see a title of PAL, which is highlighted here on the screen, and there you'll find a link to a YouTube channel that is a channel of a repository of videos to help you through each step of using PAL. So there's a video there on how to upload your resume or portfolio to make sure you're doing that correctly. Next, I want to talk about the timeline moving forward. Especially in the first weeks of the semester, there are many activities and many timeline deadlines to be aware of. Hopefully this image gives you a clear idea of what's expected moving forward. The red diamonds are requirements of the student, and the gray diamonds are actions that are necessary for your advisor to take. So you'll see in August, the fall semester begins. We have a group meeting. You'll be watching this video in lieu of the group meeting. You'll be uploading your resume. The deadline to upload the resume is stated later as September 1st. It's not included on this timeline. I'll review your resume in PAL, provide suggestions and feedback. You'll receive an email as to whether your resume in PAL was accepted or denied. Selections will be fine. You'll then be making selections in PAL as to where you would like your resume to be sent. Selections will be finalized in PAL by Sunday, September 11th. What that means is on Monday, September 12th, I will be logging in and making resumes available to employers. So you have through the weekend and through the evening of September 11th, as long as you are complete in PAL on Monday, September 12th. Thursday, September 15th is the Technical Career Fair on campus, and you will want to plan to attend in professional attire. As you see, after the career fair, there are actions for students to continue to take to follow up, to be active outside of PAL, in addition to taking action inside of PAL. The job search continues throughout the semester. We work with employers to contact students directly and quickly. However, every year there are interviews that occur during the month of December and into Christmas break. You'll see that the job search ends in mid-January after the start of the fall semester. Students can accept a position or begin working in a co-op position up to 3 weeks into the start of the next term. As I mentioned, September 15th is the Technical Career Fair on campus. It will be held in the campus rec center from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. All students who are eligible for spring co-op positions should plan to attend. You can visit the Career Fair website hosted by the Tribunal in order to view the list of attending companies, and that list is updated in real time. Also on the Career Fair website, you will find information regarding information sessions or other activities or events that are happening up to and the week of the Career Fair. There are resources on Blackboard to help you prepare for the career fair. Again, on the left-hand nav, you'll see the career fair title. There you'll find a 6-minute video that offers tips for success in the career fair, some strategies, and tips from recruiters, as well as an exercise to help you prepare that elevator pitch, to help you prepare what you will say when you walk up to a recruiter and they say, "So tell me about yourself," or "Who are you? What are you looking for?" You want to be concise, clear, have energy, and really kind of think that through into what first impression you want to make. You can find all of that information posted on Blackboard and review it up in the days and weeks prior to the career fair. Following the career fair, you're going, as you noted on our timeline, there's a bullet for follow-up in the weeks following. You're going to want to complete the applications to positions that come from the career fair. Oftentimes, recruiters at the career fair direct students to apply online. Don't be discouraged by this. Know that oftentimes when you complete an online application for a position, it asks, "How did you hear about this position?" In that field, you can put the University of Cincinnati Career Fair, or you could even indicate the name of the recruiter that you spoke with at the booth. But make sure following the career fair, that weekend following, you should be completing those applications, following up with any contacts that you made. If you have business cards, send an email, attach your resume, pick out one thing that was unique about your conversation with them, and connect with those recruiters on LinkedIn. This is also a time to update your LinkedIn profile if you haven't already done so. Again, Blackboard provides a full complement of job search resources to get you started through this semester. You'll see, like we've mentioned, career fair, PAL. There's links there to resume resources, cover letter resources, as well as reminders for interviews. Know that at the bottom it says general information, dates in the handbook. Remember the policies of the co-op program. You covered this in Intro to Co-op, and now is the time for you to implement those policies in practice. You'll find the link to the electronic handbook on the in the Blackboard group. Now's a great time to take another look at it and review those policies and procedures that you talked about in Intro to Co-op. But the Blackboard group is really a resource for you, a just-in-time resource for you throughout the job search, throughout the semester. If you feel like you need a little bit of help or you're not sure what's going on, always look at the Blackboard group first. So your next steps with getting started, obviously if you haven't accessed the Blackboard community or the Blackboard group, getting started with BME Co-op, now you should do so. Listen to your outgoing voicemail message. Oftentimes the first contact that you'll receive from an employer is a phone call requesting an interview. And so this can be the first impression that they have. Listen to your outgoing voicemail message. Make sure that your voicemail is set up and that it is able to receive messages. Next, you're going to want to update your resume. There's a second video to help you through this process. And know that you want to take some time and update those details. A resume that you submitted for a grade for Intro to Co-op is likely not going to be approved the first time in PAL. Take time to update your resume. You want to upload your updated resume to PAL by September 1st. Through that time, you then want to be making selections in PAL and have all of those selections finalized by September 11th. And then prepare for and attend the career fair on September 15th. Hopefully this video provided you a good overview of what you can expect throughout the fall semester in participating in the search for a spring biomedical engineering co-op position. Please participate in the quizzes throughout the video and